Good evening, dear viewers. A warm welcome to my home to all of you this evening. For many people, Christmas is the most wonderful time of the year because they spend it with their loved ones around them. That certainly applies to my orchestra and myself because however much we travel around, however far we go, when Christmas comes, there's only one place we want to go, and that's home. We all want to spend Christmas with our family, each in our own way. So tonight, I want to tell you a bit about how I celebrate Christmas at home, about our customs and the beautiful Christmas traditions I have kept faithfully from my childhood. As you have just seen, I love to decorate the house and the Christmas tree myself. It goes without saying that Christmas time at our house involves a lot of beautiful music. So, I'd like to welcome you warmly to a festive Christmas concert at my home, or rather, in our lovely winter garden. Come with me and let us enjoy Christmas at our home together with our friends and neighbors. Everybody celebrates Christmas in his own way, ladies and gentlemen. One in the church, the other one not in the church. One with a Christmas tree with candles, and the other one with a plastic Christmas tree. One with turkey, and the other one not with turkey. But one thing we all dream of with Christmas. I'm dreaming of a white Christmas. So, you are planning on doing some winter sport this winter? Well, I'm not. Much too dangerous for me. People set out with 2 legs, and you never know how they will come back. For me, I do it completely differently. I found a good solution. I bought myself a nice sleigh. I sit on it on a comfortable seat with a lovely warm blanket over my legs. My wife pulls the thing along. Ah, Santa Claus. What an honor. Hello.
Andre!
Hey, fantastic.
Good
Welcome.
evening.
Yeah.
Thank you. How nice of you to put on this concert just for me.
Of course, Santa. When you come all the way here, we give you a concert.
But, may I ask you something?
Yes.
Have you had any time to prepare some nice Christmas pudding?
Of course. We go to the kitchen. I'll show you. There we go.
In der Weihnachtsbäckerei gibt es manche Leckerei. Zwischen Mehl und Milch magst du manche Knirsch, eine riesengroße Kleckerei. In der Weihnachtsbäckerei, in der Weihnachtsbäckerei.
alles selbst gebacken. Bravo. So. Und jetzt könnt ihr das alles aufessen in der Küche. Schnell. Ihr könnt alles aufessen. So. Und das ist für euch. Bitte. So. Oh, my violin. Oh, yes. Thank you very much. For children, Christmas is obviously a thrilling time. How overexcited we used to get as children. I remember it so clearly even now. Often you would be too wound up to sleep for several nights before the big day arrived. What would Santa Claus bring you this year? Had you been good enough to deserve any presents? Would Santa be angry because you'd been teasing your little sister? For parents, and certainly grandparents, there's nothing lovelier at Christmas time than seeing the children's faces with their big eyes full of expectation. Now, our 3 Christmas angels are going to sing a lovely Christmas carol for you. Actually, it's a lullaby. They are going to sing about a little boy who goes to sleep and dreams about lots of lovely Christmas presents. I think I would have very nice dreams myself when these 3 Christmas angels would be around my bed. So please give a round of applause for our 3 Christmas angels, Marussia, Carla, and Kimi.
Skies,
Our three Christmas angels, Mauricia, Carla, and Kimi. Mauricia, Carla, Kimi. Bravo. The house you can see behind me here, our house, is very old. The oldest part, the kitchen you just saw, dates from the 15th century. It was originally built by a musician, composer. Yes, that's a nice coincidence, isn't it? On the other side of the house, at the top of the long garden steps, you will see a beautiful little archway with a Latin inscription from the year 1526. Roughly translated into English, it says, "May there always be people going into this house who love the musical arts." By this, the householder of the time meant music, dance, and poetry. Isn't that wonderful and fitting? So I'm a really lucky person to be able to live here. This house suits me down to the ground. It is so romantic. It has a gorgeous garden that I absolutely love. And now in the winter, it almost looks like a fairy tale castle. It's a great place to sit and dream. I can hardly imagine more beautiful surroundings in which to celebrate Christmas with my beloved family. "30 years ago, when I went on stage with my ensemble for the first time, it was also a Christmas concert. I remember it very clearly because even then I used to love playing all the beautiful Christmas carols. It was at a castle not far from here with a little salon orchestra. In those days, I could never have imagined in my wildest dreams that I would ever go all over the world with my own big orchestra, let alone that I would one day be putting on a Christmas concert with this orchestra in our own garden. It's all a fantastic dream, a dream come true. And you know what the greatest thing is for me? It's not just that some of the musicians from those days are still playing in my orchestra, but most of all, that now there's a second generation joining in, the children of my musicians. You have been listening all evening to the son of our percussionist, Glenn, and his proud father, Marcel Falize. And a few minutes ago, you saw a little girl with the children inside who got a pair of ballet shoes from Santa Claus. Her greatest wish is to become a really famous dancer when she grows up. Her name is Rosa, and she too is the daughter of one of my musicians. This is her proud mother, Diana. Rosa wanted nothing more than to perform here with us today to the beautiful music from the film Snowman. She is a promising talent. She's just 10 years old, but she did the choreography for her dance herself. Rosa! Rosa! Bravo! Rosa! I'm sure that the occupant of this house, who had the inscription carved over the arch back in 1526, probably never dreamed that a dancer would one day land in his garden like this. My orchestra and I are just like one big family. We travel together all over the world, all year long, and we really love being together. We travel, we work, we talk to each other, and we share our cares and sorrows. But most of all, we have a lot of fun together. Whatever we are doing, giving a concert, rehearsing, recording a CD, or traveling by coach or plane, we are always cheerful and happy to be together. Some of the musicians have been in my orchestra for 20 or even 25 years, and that's something I'm really proud of. That all these fantastic musicians keep finding pleasure in performing, that they are up there on the stage at each concert with enthusiasm and good humor. And above all, that they are able to communicate their enthusiasm to the public. And it really doesn't make much difference if we are in an enormous stadium with 30,000 people in the audience or at an intimate Christmas concert like this one today in our garden. So please give them an enormous applause, the AndreRieu Orchestra! Many years ago, sometime in the early 70s, I was a poor young music student at the Royal Conservatoire of Brussels. I was living in a tiny attic room down a little street in a not particularly salubrious area, as poor students often have to do. I had little more to my name than my violin and some clothes. And I have to say I felt pretty lonely and unhappy in a strange city. And then, one day, and I remember it as though it were yesterday, a young girl from my hometown came to visit me. It was in the days before Christmas, and Brussels, with its boulevards full of festive lights, was more than ever a place to fall in love. And that's what happened. The girl has never disappeared from my life since then, and we have been happily married for 37 years now. So today I'd like to play a song that I have composed for her to remember that day in Brussels. My darling Marjorie, especially for you, December Lights. As I said at the beginning, my orchestra and I always come home every year just before Christmas. No matter where we are, Australia, America, Africa, we make sure we are back home by about the 20th of December. And once we are home, we have a great tradition that we've been following now for years. We all meet together, me and the whole orchestra, at my house, everyone in sports or walking gear, and we go off together for a lovely long walk at night time through the snow. On the way, of course, we have a lot of fun. Everyone is relaxed, and there's a great atmosphere. We look forward to it all through the flight home. And of course, after the walk, we have a fantastic Christmas celebration with presents for everyone, stollen to eat, and Glühwein to drink. And it goes without saying, lots of music.
In the meadow we can build a snowman and pretend that he's a circus clown. We'll have lots of fun with Mr. Snowman until the other kiddies knock him down. When it snows, ain't it pretty? So your nose gets a chilling. We're frolic and play, Eskimo way, walking in a winter wonderland. Sleigh bells ring, fun is listening, in the lane, snow is glistening. A beautiful sight, we're happy tonight, walking in a winter wonderland. A beautiful sight, we're happy tonight, walking in a winter wonderland.
Bravo! Manu Stigley. Bravo! Bravo! Hey. There's one composition which is one of my absolute favorites when it comes to Christmas music, and that's the fabulous Christmas concerto by Corelli. This is the music that most takes me back to my own childhood. My father was a conductor, and he used to play this piece at a Christmas concert every year. All 6 of us children were allowed to stay up and go to the concert to hear him. It was so exciting. Later, when I had children of my own, we used to listen to this piece during our Christmas dinner every year. And even now, I never go through the Christmas period without this concerto. By Arcangelo Corelli, the Concerto Grosso per la Notte di Natale. Thank you. For me, and I think the same goes for most of us, Christmas is more than anything else a celebration that takes you back to your childhood. It's a time of year that brings back memories of old traditions. But for me, Christmas has also come to have a very particular significance. That's why I would like to read you something from the book Marjorie wrote about my life. The chapter where she describes Christmas in my childhood home. What probably influenced my career as a musician more than anything else is the fact that for years I sung in a church choir. Besides the lessons on various instruments and a weekly trip to the concert hall to see my father conduct, the choir was an integral part of my musical education. Every Wednesday and Saturday afternoon, my brother Robert and I went to sing in the famous St. Servatius choir. Not that we wanted to. Like most boys of our age, we would rather have been playing football. But still, there was no getting out of it, and after a while, we even began to enjoy singing in the choir. The high point of the choir's year was without a doubt Christmas. You looked forward to it the whole year long, because when it came right down to it, this was what it was all about. At Christmas, all those hours of practice finally paid off, because then the church was full to overflowing with an audience. It began with the singing of evening mass or vespers, followed by 3 masses in a row. After the last one, midnight mass, we went home to eat stollen and of course go to bed. The next day, we were again present at high mass in the morning and at vespers in the afternoon. It seems like hard work, but for a choir boy, it was the crowning glory of a year's practice. The midnight mass made the deepest impression on Robert and me. There you stood with the whole choir, dressed in a red robe and white surplice, high up in the rood loft. From this vantage point, you could see the whole church, breathe in the penetrating smell of incense as it wafted up from below, and gaze down upon the crowd of worshippers who turned around after the Mass to face the choir and sing Christmas carols with us. When it was over, they even clapped for the choir, the only time in the year when there was applause in the church. And then you were as happy as can be, and you forgot all those Wednesday and Saturday afternoons when you weren't allowed to play with your friends. I'm convinced that the foundation of my approach to music was laid then and there, during those midnight masses at Christmas. The magnificently decorated church, full to overflowing, the nativity scene with its beautiful statues and angels hovering above it, Corelli's moving Christmas music, and the smell of flowers and incense. It all fell into place and was part of a unique and impressive event. And this is exactly the experience that I so much want to share with you. So, come with me. My orchestra is already waiting for us. Dear viewers, I'm so pleased to be able to welcome you to the beautiful St. Peter Church opposite our house. Here again, we will be playing a few of the most beautiful Christmas carols for you. Christmas makes everyone think of peace. It's not for nothing that even in the most cruel wars, at Christmas time, there is a ceasefire. I've always found that very difficult to understand. If you can't stop fighting for Christmas, why can't you stop fighting forever? If I'm going to be the president, no, there will be a chance. I just give all the soldiers a violin instead of a gun, and then there will be no more war. But I'm not good at politics. The only thing I can do is make music, and I want to carry right on doing that for the rest of my life. We would like to play now a composition that is very close to my heart, because it's about peace. It's the magnificent song called The Holy City, Jerusalem. Jerusalem, the place where the Christmas story once started, and the message of peace.
Last night I lay sleeping, there came a dream so fair. I stood in old Jerusalem beside the temple there. I heard the children singing, and ever as they sang, methought the voice of angels from heaven answered. The shadow of a cross arose upon a lonely hill. As a shadow of a cross arose upon a lonely hill. Jerusalem, Jerusalem, hark how the angels sing. Hosanna in the highest. Jerusalem, there would not pass away.
Jerry Bennett, De La Madra, Thomas Royer, the Platin Tenors. The next piece we would like to play for you is a song you will all know. In fact, it's one of the best-known Christmas carols. It's sung in many languages all over the world. But what's special about this song is that sometime in the 1960s, it became a worldwide hit. It was even being played on hot summer days. I can remember it really clearly. It was sung by the most famous gospel singer of all time. Yes, you have guessed it already. The legendary Mahalia Jackson. When she sang it in her unbelievable, very special, deep, warm voice, the windows trembled and you got goose pimples all over. Of course, I'm talking about "Oh, Come All Ye Faithful." You saw and heard them already in our garden, and here they are again for you, our three gorgeous golden sopranos, Carla, Maruzia, and Kimi. They are now going to sing for you one of the most beautiful French Christmas carols. One that is sung all over the world and has been translated into many different languages. It was the favorite carol of my beloved mother-in-law. And I would like to play it today for her, and all the mothers-in-law and all the mothers in the whole world. So here it is, by Adolphe Adam, the beautiful Minuit Chrétien, O Holy Night.
Sin and error above.
Ladies. Thank you very much. Dear viewers, you have heard them already in a few songs, the fantastic male choir behind me. I can hardly express how happy I am that they join us today here in our Christmas concert. It's a choir that gives concerts all over the world and has great successes everywhere for over 125 years by now. I'm so proud that they come from my own hometown, Maastricht. So please give them an enormous applause, the world-famous Maastrichter Star! Last year, we were for the first time in South Africa. Everybody knows in South Africa, they found gold and diamonds. I found in South Africa the biggest diamond a man can find in his life, a black diamond. She's here. Give her an enormous applause. From Cape Town, Kimi Scotta. And with her diamond voice, Kimi is going to sing for you a song that you all know, by Bach, the Ave Maria. And I can tell you, ladies and gentlemen, I never heard this famous song sung as beautifully as Kimi is going to sing it for you. When she sings it, it's really like a prayer. You have already heard the sweet little children with their lovely voices a few times, the Chamas Children Choir. They are now going to sing a fabulous Christmas carol for you from the Austrian mountains, one of my favorite songs. Here they are, the Chamas Children Choir. Die Kinder wünschen was. So, gehen wir da alle nach oben. I said a while ago that my father was a conductor. Often, when he was conducting in our hometown, he would bring the soloist home with him. So as a little boy, I made the acquaintance of many famous soloists. And particularly, I remember one opera singer, a soprano, who had performed at a Christmas concert. What a huge impression that made on me as a little boy. She was so beautiful. She had long blonde hair. She came from Paris and was enveloped in a cloud of delightful perfume. But above all, she had a fabulous voice. It was the first time I'd ever seen an opera singer perform. I had often heard of angels, but never had any idea what they might be like. But when I saw this opera singer and I heard her sing, I knew it at once. She must be an angel. And I'm sure that when you hear this singer with some of the loveliest classical carols, you will agree with me that she must surely be the Christmas angel. Please give her a warm welcome from Brazil, Carla Mavioletti.
das Christkindlein hört, tut sich vom Himmel dann schwingen, eilet hernieder zu Erd. Singen den Vater, die Mutter, das Kind, singen den Vater, die Mutter, das Kind, locken mit heiligen Klang, klinget die Erde entlang. Glocken mit heiligen Klang, klinget die Erde
I mentioned already that years ago, I used to sing in a church choir. In fact, I was the highest treble of all. And I remember there was one song we always sang at Christmas that I found the most moving of all. I thought it was so beautiful because of the great contrast between the boys singing this very high melody and the men's choir accompanying us softly with their deep, low voices. That really made an impression on me, and I would love to share it with you. I still find it just as moving now as I did then. It's an old Dutch Christmas carol, a lullaby for the baby Jesus. And it's sung for us today by a fantastic young soprano, our very own angel from Australia, Rieu Lauwers, together with the male voice choir, the Maastrichter Star. Slaap nu, mijn Jezuke. Sleep, little Jesus. Please give them a warm welcome, Rieu Lauwers and the Maastrichter Star.
Slaap nu, mijn Jezuke, sluimer maar zoetjes. De engeltjes wiegen ja blanke voetjes. Dauw, dauw, Jezulijn. Dauw, dauw, je kinderlijn. Slaap nu, mijn Jezuke, sluimer in vrede. Het maantje komt zacht door het venster gegleden. Dauw, dauw, Jezulijn. Dauw, dauw, je kinderlijn. Slaap nu, mijn Jezuke, sluimer in dromen. Het sterke gluurt lachend zo hoog door de
Daar is hij aan. Bravo. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we would like to perform all together once more, my orchestra, the Maastrichter Star, and all our soloists, in a fantastic piece. I'm sure you all know it. I personally can hardly think of a composition that gives so much joy. I don't know any other piece that expresses so much hope for the future as this fabulous music. We absolutely must play it for you today at our Christmas concert in this beautiful church, the St. Peter Church in Maastricht.
Amen.
Dear viewers, I've really enjoyed being able to show you how I celebrate Christmas at home. I hope you enjoyed it as much as we did. It's time for me to say goodbye now, and I'd like to do this with the most beautiful Christmas carol. I wish you, also on behalf of my orchestra, all soloists, the Maastrichter Star, and the children choirs, Shamas, a very happy Christmas and a great holiday season.